have a really special, I'm in my phase 2 of my nutrient mix. I started off with one thing and I've now fine-tuned it for a really nice organic formulation.
If you went just solely fish water, what the fish will provide with nitrogen, phosphorus, but not potassium?
Come to my workshop and we can talk about the nutrient. Every plant has a nutrient requirement, and the water has nutrient, and so really, you can kind of approximate it, but if you're really going to get serious about it, you got to get it tested. So, bottom line, if you're going to be commercial about it, you got to get it tested. You can kind of approximate it and see what the plants look like. You can kind of do it that way, or you got to get it tested. This is my rose garden from January. If you come to my workshop, you'll see what it looks like now. Fish water. And my jacaranda trees with fish water. So these are seedlings, more lettuce beds. Okay, this is my recommended. I have a few different fish systems I recommend. This is one of them. This is a 275-gallon plastic toad. They're $130 delivered. And in the workshop that I teach, I show how to transform this into a system where you can grow fish. It's a really ideal system for growing fish at 270. It supports 50 pounds of fish in a system like this. And plus, you can start with one, you can add another one and interconnect it, you can add another one and interconnect it. So they're really affordable. And the latest thing that we're doing is we're using the recycled cages with brand new what are called bottles, these plastic parts on the inside, using new ones. So there's actually no contamination with anything else that was ever in there before they're new. I'm working out an arrangement with a manufacturer in Long Beach to do that. So I have one system now where I'm going to be doing fish water with the bed. The reason I didn't do it all fish water is because there's a potential for bad pathogens. And you have to be very careful from the health point of view about E. coli and salmonella and not cross-contaminating, especially with a product that you're not cooking. People don't cook before they eat. Very important. It has to be tested and so on and so forth. So I have one bed where I'm going to be doing that as a demonstration. And here's a couple of shots so you can kind of see how I have it set up. So if you drive by on 26th and B, you can see it there. And it'll soon be populated with big fish, so you can see it. These are some little guys. These are sort of some medium-sized guys, and there's the little guys. If you buy fingerlings, it'll be about that size. And that is my duckweed pond, one of them. So you grow the duckweed for them to eat. It's a pond plant. They love it. It's bite-sized. This is the smallest flowering plant in the world, and it grows everywhere on Earth. And it's just a small little plant with a little tiny root. And they love this stuff. And you put it in the water, so you can't overfeed them. It's a live plant. You can look and see, oh wow, they still have some green stuff. They're good. If they don't have any, you can give them some more. But you can't overfeed them because it's a live plant. And it's very high in protein. It's got all the amino acids. It's a great food source. Yes?
Do you have a cover over that, or what do you do about mosquitoes?
Actually, if it's covered, and there's no mosquitoes if you've got duckweed over there, but I also use those barley bits that you can get at City Farmers Nursery. They sell barley bits. It kills the mosquito larva. It controls it.
I was curious, you were mentioning that they add the male hormone to get rid of the female fish. So how do you deal with the quick spawning in your tanks?
There are physical ways of doing it, and it has to do with the depth of the water, the temperature of the water, and there's a couple of other ways that you physically, just by knowing about the instinct of the fish, you can take care of that. And let me just tell you one other thing about the spawning thing, and I think we're at time, right? Or,
Yeah.
So here's the thing on the strategy of the fish, the raising versus the breeding of the fish. It's very important that we get the fish into an environment and a mindset where we're raising them, not breeding them. We don't want them to think about mating. It's a completely opposite thing from where they are growing and growing big, because we want them to be eating and growing. When they're mating, they're not thinking about eating, and they don't eat because they're mouth brooders. These fish, when they mate, they carry their young in their mouths. And the babies, hang out there and develop, and the mother lets them out a little bit, and then she'll make a sound, and they'll all come back. So they're all hanging out here. So then the adult fish don't eat when they're mating. want to eat. So we don't want them to be mating. And it's completely opposite conditions. So what we do is, took me a few years to figure out how to do this, but I want to tap into their natural instinct of their native environment, of what is the environment that they need to be in order for them to eat a lot and grow, versus the environment that they need to be in for mating. We don't want to have that. We want to go the opposite of that. The water needs to be deep enough. It needs to be just the right temperature. They need to have the right density of fish. For example, you don't want them too sparse. You get a tilapia have 3 sexes: male, female, and territorial male. And territorial male sticks out his territory. And if he starts getting in a breeding mode, for a Mozambicus, that's about a 12-foot diameter. And unless you've got a really big swimming pool that you're raising them in, it's going to be your whole pool. And if a female swims across his path and she's not ready, he'll kill her. So all of a sudden, you get fish that are fighting and getting territorial and all that. We don't want that. So we avoid it by, we keep them a certain level of community, a certain level of density, not too dense, but just dense enough so they don't start getting territorial. Okay? Certain depth, because it's about the depth. The depth is what triggers them to eat and go big. So you don't want to breed it. You don't want to try raising them in 2 feet deep of water. They need to be in deeper water. And this is what signals them to grow big, the right temperature. And more about the details about that, you're welcome to come to my workshop where you can really see all the big fish. And while you're doing your evaluations, I have one more little set of slides that I'll just run through so you can just see them. Thank you.